in the medical field are seeing a big increase in degenerative eye disease, due in part to an increase in the boomer population, and that is driving a big need for more services in the Denver metro area. Hello, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver, and joining me now is Karen Karsh, board member for the American Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired of Colorado. Welcome, Karen. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's really begin with what your organization does. What does the American Council do for the blind and visually impaired?
We provide free services to help people get some adaptive aids they need, some education to be able to stay in their own homes, which is vital, and to learn how to navigate, negotiate wherever they need to go in their own worlds, and do it in the way that works best for them. There's not a one-size-fits-all practice here.
Right.
So
and that makes sense. Now, I understand, obviously it makes sense with an increase in the boomer population that we are seeing an increase in degenerative eye disease. How many people are being affected?
In Denver alone, there are over 30,000 people. And we are certain that as of the time people are reaching 65 now, 1 out of 3 people will be affected with visual impairment. Scary kind of,
Definitely. And you hear macular degeneration and things like that. I understand even that younger people are being diagnosed with that more frequently.
Yes, and diabetic retinopathy and retinitis pigmentosa, and people like me, who lost their sight right after birth, are fewer and farther between. But the visually impaired population is growing, unfortunately.
Vastly. Let's talk about the services that you provide and how you really fund the services, Karen. What do you do for those folks?
Well, of course, there's bequests, and our executive director does a fabulous job with grant writing. But we really are trying to appeal to the public, because somehow there's always need in the nonprofit world, and somebody you love or you personally might find yourself dealing with visual impairment. So we're really reaching out. We've participated in Colorado Gives Day and all kinds of things, but we still need help. It's an ongoing need.
And let's talk about O&M and what training that is. Why is training needed for that?
Well, O&M means orientation and mobility, and we are very fortunate to have hired a mobility instructor. That is not something that's readily available in the Denver metro area. So it helps people learn to either use a cane if they need to, or simply navigate in their own worlds, tips and tricks, if you will, to deal with visual impairment. And how do you get around your house? How do you get to the senior center or the grocery store, whatever you need to do. And that's what orientation and mobility means.
Yeah. And do you have some events coming up to help raise funds?
We do. June 8th is what we're calling Braille Rally. It is sponsored by Ferrari of Denver and the AMG Trust Bank, and we're asking for blind and visually impaired people who would like to be navigators. And if we get not enough blind and visually impaired people, we're going to allow some of the sighted public to come also and wear simulator glasses, and they'll get to go in these wonderful Lotuses and Ferraris and Porsches and all kinds of awesome cars, and tell these drivers where to find their way back to a certain route, and it's going to be very exciting. And also October 15th is Raisin Cane Day, where you can come and take a very short lesson in mobility yourself, wear a blindfold, have a sighted guide, and walk downtown a little bit.
And it is a challenge. I mean, when you say a lot of people lose their sight over time, that is a huge adjustment for many, many people to make. Where can people go, Karen, for more information?
They can go on the website at www.acbco.org or call the office at 303-831-0117.
All right. Karen Karsh, Board Chair for the American Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired of Colorado.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for being with us. And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver.